For USCFootball.com, I'm Keely Eure here with Dan Weber. Instant analysis of Fall Camp Practice 18, also known as the last practice of Fall Camp, also known as the scrimmage day. And it was an interesting setup today. We saw the first team offense for one drive, and we didn't even see the first team defense today.
Clay wasn't kidding. This was going to be about the younger guys and the second and third team guys, and they had a kind of a continuous sort of mix on defense of second and third team guys. They were a little overmatched with the first offense, and that's probably what they want to have this first offense go out of the year, out of the fall camp with, is a chance to match up against a pretty talented group of guys, but not as good as this first defense has been. And they got a lot of rhythm, and Sam looked good. Ronald Jones, how many times could we say what how much praise Clay gave him afterwards for running with violence and running mid-season form, and he looked really good. I do think when you look at USC's second defense, it's probably approximates a lot of the defenses they're going to see this year. So I think that's a pretty good test, actually, going against this second defense. We saw Jack Jones was out there with this second defense, so we're not sure what that means. Yeah. But and we also saw Grant Moore, who got a scholarship last night, fourth-year guy who really deserved it, was awarded a scholarship last night at Salute to Troy. So he was in there, in the middle and with Levi Jones and some of those guys. But they just held the first defense out. They said, you guys have done a good enough job, and we don't need to see you, and we would like the offense to get in a little rhythm, and they certainly did that. And then they took the first offense out, and basically you were seeing second and third offense against second and third defense the rest of the way.
That being said, who on the second team on both sides of the ball stood out for you? I know Stephen Carr was definitely a standout. Yeah. There was one run he made, 6 defenders just totally missed him. Who else stood out for you?
Well, Tyler Vaughn's again makes another just great play. Josh Mater baby made a couple of catches, one inbounds, one not. Not sure if he was limping when he left here or not. We couldn't really tell. Kerry Angeline got the ball like a 18-yard pass down to the 2. So the guys you kind of expect. He got a good block. He and Josh both got a good block on one of those Stephen Carr flare passes that he took upfield. I think on offense, Clay on defense. Clay singled out Bubba Bolden. He thought he looked really good. Yakili Ross, now this would have been a great day for Yakili, but they held him out for his shoulder, so that was kind of a shame. I think Isaiah Langley showed up and did some things in the secondary. But I think, I'm with Clay. He's going to look at the film and then decide where they go with the depth chart and who goes, second team, who goes on the scout team for the Western Michigan game. So he didn't give us an exact day when he's going to come out with the depth chart, but he said they will have it this week as they start into mock game week.
It was an interesting day for the place kickers today. Chase McGrath was 4 for 5, I believe, and then Michael Brown was 2 for 5. Yeah,
those 22-yarders that you miss are just, and you miss a couple in a row, and it's like, wow, what's going on here? But Chase missed one of those short ones, but then he hit out to, I guess, 43 maybe. We were sort of, approximating that, but and I think the 43-yarder would have been easily good from 50-something. So he made a big move today. I don't know, the non-scholarship kid against the scholarship kid, but this was a really good day for Chase. I mean, he had one of those misses that you just think, how did you miss that one? Yeah. But he's on the upswing. I'm not sure, what's going on with Michael, because he's missing right and he's missing left and missing short.
Looking ahead, USC is going to go into mock game week. Heldon said that today was kind of like their mock home game. Next week will be a mock away game at an undisclosed location, thanks to the Rams.
Yeah, well, I think both things. They want it to be, they want to go to an unfamiliar place, and I guess according to NCAA rules, they are not allowed to practice somewhere off campus and publicize it. It's like schools used to take advantage and say, we're coming to your high school or we're going whatever. So if you go to an off-campus location for a practice, it's not allowed to be publicized. So they, you know, I think last year they went to El Camino or wherever, but it gives them a chance to stay in the hotel Friday night, do all the prep stuff that they would do for an away game, and go to a site they're not familiar with. So, and we're not allowed to be there. So they don't tell us, and then we meet up with Clay, you know, afterwards. But that's what's going to happen next week. So it's not only a mock game week; it's a mock away game week. So
yeah.
You know, and then they'll have their regular game week the following week.
Mm-hmm. Like I said earlier, so the last practice of fall camp. Any summarizing thoughts or final notes you want to make about fall camp?
Well, I think it makes the point that the defense, as we said all summer, as we've said all camp, the defense is way ahead of where they've ever been. And today was a perfect example. If you thought your defense needed to be somewhere that it's not, you wouldn't have them just, you know, watch. So it tells you the kind of confidence level they have for this defense, and you can't disagree with them. I mean, they just have done everything that you could possibly ask for this defense. And I think going against the second defense gave the first offense a look of kind of how competitive it's going to be when they're going against a Western Michigan, when they're going against a, you know, even a, you know, certainly Cal. I mean, they're better, probably almost certainly better than, you know, Cal's defense, maybe better than Texas's, or right there with Texas's defense, and the Stanford is different in every way, in the way they play, their approach to the game. So that's a whole different thing. But I thought that was a good idea. I like the idea. I think that's a lot of what the NFL does, and it's what Ed Orgeron always did, was the first offense against second defense, second offense against first defense, and that gives you a good look for your first team guys against pretty good athletes, but it also gives them a chance to make some plays, and you're not getting the first team hurt playing against the first team.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's going to wrap it up for fall camp from the Coliseum. For Dan Weber, I'm Keely Eure. For more, check out uscfootball.com.